So let me just get to my point real quick before I forget, because I don't want to forget this. But where she discusses the black schema, anger schema about writing poetry, it makes me also think of the days of student segregation. And what I really wonder about those days is if young high school students and school students of the day, when they were dealing with segregation from their white um, peer peers, peer mates of school, um, if they were into writing poetry, okay, and how they've become inspired today, how they've become inspired, how they became inspired, and if they are writers today, really. I think for the most part, um, that's a possibility that most of them have grown up to become writers, and most of them have also grown up to become um, writers of Hollywood, um, executive producers, as well as authors of books, um, like Amanda and her book. Um, and I believe, just a moment, yes, she has a children's book also called Change Sings. So, um, yeah, that very much interests me. And because of people like her, and also um, it makes me think of the days of racial segregation and the school, um, the board versus education, um, and the students back then who had the struggle, who actually lived the struggle and experienced um, quite awaringly, what that segregation and those times were like, and how things were racial then. Just um, who they are today and what they're doing. Um, and there are a lot of works to write, uh, just pioneers today. Um, since this is Allure magazine, um, with just what who these people are. I guess they are writers of magazines, um, and they help promote. They own magazines. There's Ebony, there is Essence, there is Allure, and I guess Allure was is different because it's Black History Month, and so they featured talent Miss Amanda G here. Um, it's definitely a step, and I wonder for next year who they'll feature next for um, honestly Black History Month, and if they will recollect Miss Gorman for the new article of the year on Black History, featuring the new face of Black History for their magazine. So, yeah, I just wanted to brush up on that. I didn't want to forget it, and I just felt I had to share, I had to touch base with that. So, since I've mentioned that um, I wanted to do another vlog just discussing um, what um, the age of soul centric romantic movies are about, um, just so that they can, and how they've reached, honestly, how they've reached people my age, how they've touched us. Um, I just wanted to elaborate that I would like an age of modern soul centric films where they can reach out, where they reach out and touch us, where they explore and touch us, and where we just have an idea of what the world mindset is, um, in a soul centric movie of color, is what I think a modern age black films should do and represent. Because we just don't have enough of that. And this is very much what I feel they should do. I just wanted to elaborate further on Jason's lyric. How I was real disappointed at Jada Pinkett's character, about Jada Pinkett's character. She gets the guy, and that's great and all. But I forget the other actress's name, whose name I did used to know. And this lady in the story, and she's with the braids and her hair done up, but she has the braids. And they work at the establishment where they sell food, just the restaurant. And she ends up with the ghetto hood guy. Okay, the guy from the ghetto in the hood who drinks, who isn't doing anything, is probably at his cousin's house. Okay, and they're entertaining the idea of selling some weed together. Okay, and then probably have this old pistol gun, you understand what I'm saying, for protection, that he just carries around in his pants or something like that. This is real tired, in my opinion. I kind of feel bad for her. Okay, I feel real bad for her that for that really. And in the movie, she expresses how her meekness in the film and just how hurt she really is when she expresses her envy of Jada Pinkett's character in film to her and says, "Oh, that's every time she would ask her friend what they did together, the time they had their date and they spent some time together. Everything that she tells her friend, which is the lady with the braids, I'll call her the sister with the braids. She she actually reels back from Jada's character and then expresses, and you can see the envy in her eyes at just how wonderful and romantic she thinks Jada's character's experience is, and just how that's what she would have wanted is a good young up and coming black man with his head straight, okay, who has his eyes on the future, okay, has an idea of what it takes to be a person of modernity and to be a person of respected value, and has what it takes to sort of reach out to even those in the white community and make contact with them, and come across as likable. I know that in the movie Set It Off, Jada's character Stony has a scene like that with Blair Underwood, where they're at the business party, okay? And she's in her black dress and her little fluted champagne glass, okay? And she basically comes across as likable and says something that, I mean, not necessarily great, but something that they're willing and to listen to and just help move the night along. I thought that was wonderful. I thought that it expresses her character Stoney's effort, okay, in spite of just being a girl from the hood who's working. I forget what job she does because Stoney's not the one working at the bank. So I don't know if she works at a restaurant, but it's implied in the film that she works at a store and she actually has sex with her boss there to be able to afford the financial aid to get her brother into his semester of college, okay, at UCLA, because he's just graduated and he's getting ready to start his semester there just out of high school. So, so yeah, really, with Stony, it's just she managed to really come through with something to say and impress Blair Underwood and really touch him for the evening so that she really gets her up and coming prize at the end of the night where they have a nightcap together and they really just after they discuss they spend the night together, okay, and they have their beautiful wonderful scene where they make love and they and such. So I thought that was a real wonderful scene, and it's one of the scenes that inspired me. I thought it was a nice touch for Set It Off, and it wasn't just a gangster movie, but really about women of the hood, their survival, and their wanting to get out. I know that I did say that, um, you know, it's all about the guy and the girl in the film, but it's about four women robbers. So that's definitely an interesting take and got my attention when I was young. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen because of it. Because I did say early on in this blog that um, things about the Black woman just really inspire me. And I'm so interested in such wonderful subjects as that, as this, really. I am interested in such wonderful subjects as this, and it's something that I want to do more and more and get into. So back to my discussing Amanda Gorman here. Um, um, I just wanted to do a nice wrap up and wrap it up real good for you. Um, so just bear with me, please. Thank you. Um, So it says in the article here, in another paragraph in the article, that in some way everything Gorman does has deep roots that she acknowledges, even putting on makeup. I read about the history of makeup on stage and how, in part, it was used as a storytelling device. Interesting. Especially for a larger audience, she says. It makes your features a lot more apparent to a watcher who might feel distant. This is true. And this is something that I know for myself when I see makeup on actresses in film and their characters, for their characters, really. Um, I like the movie Kill Bill with Uma Thurman. And I know she's not a soul centric person of discussion, that her movie is a little different. It's like a Western movie, and sort of some sort of kung fu and spy, renegade, bounty thriller. Um, she is at the end of the film where she meets Bill. I don't mean to be a spoiler and ruin the movie for you if you haven't seen it, and if you're interested in such kinds of movies, because I like Quentin Tarantino movies. I've seen some of his. She actually cries in the movie and she wipes away her tears, and you can see the baser of the foundation that she wears for her face. And she looks stunning and all. But when she wipes it away, it leaves a trail of tears cleared away. And so there are two white lines on her face. And I thought that made her look stunning in the film, that you can tell between her skin and the makeup. So that was interesting. And she says here, Miss Gorman, it makes your features a lot more apparent to a watcher who might feel distant. So she says here, so having vibrant makeup was a way for me to feel my best. Also, a way that I wanted my face to make people feel a bit closer to me and who I was and what I was saying. So I enjoyed the article and I think she's wonderful. I'm glad that I got introduced to Miss Amanda G. Um, I think she is a great personality, and also um, some bold feminist energy. Um, I also want to congratulate her on her Estee Lauder and inaugurational speech. Um, I think her Estee Lauder um, ad here is really great. She has another one too. Let's see if I can find it. Here she is. And so I've shared that. And so I'm going to wrap this vlog up. I want to thank you for participating and sticking around with me. I don't want to wear it down any further. I know that I've got some things that I'm working on and some things that I'm doing that I want to be able to finish because it's a feat that I would like to accomplish. So yeah, most definitely. I'm getting myself around to being able to make it a reality. And that's really what's been pushing me forward and it motivates me day to day. So, um, let me not wear you down any further. I want to say that please stick around with me for the next vlog and also like, comment, subscribe, and share. And so we'll meet each other again. I want to thank you for sticking around, sticking with me, and bearing with me as well. And so we will talk again. And I ask that you just wait. I'll be around. All right. Thanks.